South African police used tear gas, stun grenades and water cannons on hundreds of mainly black demonstrators who were protesting against a whites-only school prom. The opposing Economic Freedom Fighters (F) party had planned protests at Brackenfell High School in Cape Town following a prom that, allegedly, only white pupils were invited to. The school said the party was a private function organized by parents and had nothing to do with them. Prom organizers said it was open to all pupils taking end-of-school exams. Although numbers were limited to 100 because of the coronavirus pandemic, the prom triggered a public backlash after a man shared a video of what he said was the whites-only party on social media. The F acquired a court order for the latest protest at the school, which is located in a predominantly white neighborhood, but protesters were met with a heavy police and private security presence. It added that its followers were protesting peacefully when police used the tear gas, stun grenades and water cannons on them, but police officers said they used force after protesters ignored an instruction to stay at an agreed point and started approaching the school. Some of the protesters were seen carrying machetes, sticks and golf clubs. EU leaders to discuss Polish-Hungarian veto of recovery plan. No solution seen yet why Trump overstepped the UN resolutions to recognize the Golan Heights as part of Israel. Pompeo is first top U.S. diplomat to visit Israeli settlement. This is a part of Israel. Pompeo makes first visit by U.S. top diplomat to Golan Heights. Coronavirus pandemic. New York City schools to close again as virus rate rises. Thailand demonstrations. PM threatens to use all laws against protesters. Pompeo in Israel. First top U.S. diplomat to visit Israeli settlement. Nagorno-Karabakh ceasefire. Armenia accuses Azerbaijan of using phosphorus bombs. Thai leader orders police crackdown on democracy protests. U.S. presidential election recount. Georgia officials say result not likely to change. Pompeo starts unprecedented tour of West Bank settlement. Golan. How long COVID-19 survivors are protected from the disease. Australia War Crimes Report. Special forces suspected of killing 39 unarmed Afghans. Pompeo in Israel. U.S. Secretary of State kicks off two-day farewell visit. Hurricane Iota aftermath. Storm breaks up but leaves over 30 dead in Central America. Coronavirus pandemic. In France, vaccine fears spark conspiracy theories. Another protest by the F descended into violence last week when black members of the party and white parents fought in the street outside the school. The chaos moved Nobel Peace Prize winner Desmond Tutu, the former Archbishop of Cape Town, to release a statement through his foundation calling for peaceful and rational discourse and action. Not division, he said. The protagonists on both sides are actually acting with common purpose, to undermine non-racialism. The statement added, Brackenfell High School is a symbol of unresolved issues from South Africa's past. Approximately 80% of South Africa's 60 million people are black but many remain in poverty 26 years after the end of apartheid. The F says that black people are held back by deep-rooted racism that remains in South Africa and especially in neighborhoods like Brackenfell. Poppy Malola, F Deputy Secretary General, said the community of Brackenfell had even taught their children to be racist. She also called the police at the protest, who were mainly black, racist. Recent anti-racism protests in South Africa have taken inspiration from the Black Lives Matter movement in the U.S. On Friday, one F protester wore a black T-shirt with the words "I can't breathe," a reference to the killing of George Floyd that sparked widespread protests this year. Mr. Floyd was a black man who died in Minneapolis in May after a white police officer knelt on his neck for more than 8 minutes.